It was recently revealed that the Trump campaign has yet another celebrity endorsement. This coming from rapper Lil Wayne. Wayne tweeted a picture of himself and Trump saying, "Just had a great meeting with Donald Trump. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done." Many were disappointed when Wayne posted the picture, some even canceling the artist because of his support. Today in the studio, we have our comedy hype analyst Capone and Pierre to answer the question, is Lil Wayne canceled? Now, Pierre, I want to start with you. When you saw this tweet and all the information that you have about Lil Wayne, do you think he's going to be canceled or can be canceled?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. First of all, this is he's with an emotionless base, his fan base, emotional. White people, these white skaters and white boys, they don't care about what he says about that. It's not like he has a whole bunch of black young men follow him anymore like he used to. As you've seen lately. I mean, he did an interview a while back where he didn't even know what Black Lives Matter meant. He didn't know what that word meant. Yeah. So he hasn't been canceled from there. But no, I don't think at all. I don't think at all. But him even being a spokesman is asinine. I mean, he's not mentally there. He's not mentally sound. If anybody's seen that interview he had a while back, that thing was crazy. I mean, the boy done lost his mind. Yeah. So for him to say, he's listening to the Platinum Plan, what are you going to do? What is he going to really do besides listen to it?
Right.
I know he ain't read this shit, okay? Come on, Wayne. I love Wayne, but you ain't passed the 6th grade, okay? So reading part, I don't think he did. I think somebody might show them pictures of it. This is what they're going to do, and maybe do this for you, and maybe do this for you. But I don't see him being canceled at all. And again, he's been away from the black. This ain't the days of what was the group he was with, the Hot Boys and all that. These days are different with Lil Wayne. He's now just more just on I hate to say it, on a white level. Most of his fan base is probably 90% white.
Right.
That's why Kanye and the boys, it's not gonna bother them. So what he says I don't see him being canceled at all. He's gonna continue to be Lil Wayne.
Capone, what about you? What are your thoughts on that?
I have to agree with Pierre 100%. You can't cancel what you're not supporting. And he is definitely white fan based, and they have no problem with what he said. So him being canceled is almost ridiculous because we're not the ones who put him on.
So when I think of, and Capone, you actually brought up a point. You said we weren't the ones to put him on. When I think of being canceled, I think of like support from beginning to end, because as we know, streams are the new thing. So, buying albums and things are nice, but streams are becoming for artists. Okay. So black people were the ones that put him on, and most times we do go back and listen to his old stuff. Therefore, we're still in support of him. So we're, adding to that. So Capone, you say that, we weren't the ones that put him on, but in actuality, Lil Wayne wouldn't be Lil Wayne without us.
For the Hot Boys, right? But if he has 100 million fans, and 90 million are white, and 10 million are black, and he loses half of them, and what happens then?
I think. I get where you're coming from. I do think his fan base has changed, but I think we still support. And I want to actually read a tweet that made me think of that. So a user who is a black user, from Twitter, says, as long as Lil Wayne dropping verses like he did on the Benny Project, he can never get canceled. So here's someone that's saying, as long as Lil Wayne is bringing the heat, right. And as we know, because that's why I love Lil Wayne, because his albums used to be great.
Sure.
And then anytime he was on a remix, it was bound to be great. Right. So it's like, for people to still say, if as long as he dropping verses, he not gonna get canceled on me.
Man, who is this black user? Who is this dude? Somebody 22, 25 years old? I think people who have a little more skin in the game of racism and been through some stuff, let's say, 30 plus, I could easily see them cancel them. Young kids they don't care what you say. They don't care what you do. You can say you hate niggas and Black Lives Matter suck. As long as they like you, they don't give a damn. So young kids don't care, so that's a young cat right there. I don't know how the black user, I don't know his age, but if he's young, under 30, yeah, they don't care. So they're not going to cancel him. But the grown folks who roll with him in the beginning, oh yeah, they have a problem.
That's his whole thing. He built up a fan base of young people by doing young things. He's an older dude that opened up a skateboard park in, I think, Florida. So he was smart. He's a very smart businessman. He has two of the hottest people on his team after he, tried to depart from Cash Money, which was Nicki Minaj and Drake. Those 2 million selling people, he get paid off of them. So even if he never said another rap word, he will be getting paid for the rest of his life. So that's why he don't care.
That's a good point. I didn't even think to go there. So I want to ask you both a question. Why do you think black celebrities are meeting with Trump? Because as we've seen multiple black celebrities that have performed for Trump or met with Trump and their careers plummeted. So as an entertainer, especially as black entertainers, why do you think people are saying, I'm going to go meet with Trump? Like, are you getting paid? Like,
Well, I don't think that. Well, the paid part, I'm not sure about that. Not just to meet with him. Now, if you're there to perform for something on his galas, maybe that's the case. But you got to dance with the devil sometimes. I mean, unfortunately, us as black people, we ain't going to unite enough to make a difference to help ourselves. We're just not going to do that. So if the man across the street has perhaps something you want, be it freedom or better treatment towards you, you got to sometimes go and holler at him. You got to talk to him. And you should go over there with a plan.
Right.
And not just to go meet him just to be meeting him, like you said, for a photo op. You got to go there with a plan. Not just to hear what he has to say, but also deliver your message to him. Mm-hmm. Now, that's the thing I worry about. Some of these entertainers, what message are they bringing to that man to talk to him? So if Wayne's just going over there just to meet him, to say hello, take a picture, then it's something different.
There's nothing but modernized slave mentality. It's the same thing that they did to some of the slaves back when they had some in the house and some on the field. And that mentality has never left. You give some people a couple of dollars and they think that they made it. When you look at who are the ownerships of football teams and basketball teams, ain't really too many black people there, but you have a slave master or a white person, whatever you want to call it, that is able to pay a whole team. You got LeBron making millions, but there's a white man that can pay him and about 5 other people his salary plus. So the mentality is not going anywhere. And just because we see these celebrities that's making $1 million, there's always somebody that's making more that can offer them something else. And they accept it.
Yeah, and I think, Pierre, you brought it up earlier, his 2006 interview when he was talking about Black Lives Matter.
Your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I don't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever.
I think for me, that's the biggest discrepancy. Like back then you talked about Black Lives Matter, not like that has nothing to do with you. You don't feel for it. Basically, you're disconnected from it. But here you are meeting with Trump to talk about Black Americans that you don't feel connected to.
And in that time, he has not shown growth.
Right.
I have no idea what his mindset is now.
Yeah.
Okay, I would forgive him for the 2016 interview if he has changed by that time. I have no idea. He might be that same fool that I consider a fool at that time is talking to Trump now. That means it's going nowhere. It's going absolutely nowhere. But again, he's not my messiah. Why we give a damn about him? He does nothing to me. Lil Wayne can talk to who he wants to. We need better people talking to him. Celebrity with something on the agenda, and maybe talk to us first. As people say, this is what I'm going to do when I go see Trump. We're going to talk about this.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that.
And I think Malcolm X said it perfect. Celebrities are used as political puppets to pull in the masses, and not all celebrities, because there are some celebrities that are actually putting in the work.
Sure.
You have people like Killer Mike. Before he became a rapper, he was actually involved in the community, actually doing things for the Black community, and he just so happened to have his job as a rapper. Right, so I think we just have to be mindful of who we listen to. Like you said, he may not be for us, but he has a fan base. So it's just like you have to be mindful of that. And he's just being used as another puppet for Trump.
I don't feel like you should just cancel out a celebrity just because he's a celebrity going to talk to somebody.
Right, no, that's what you need, like you say, you need to actually have a plan when you go. And I think people like Lil Wayne are just showing up just to be a part of Trump's plan.
Trump plan is not about Lil Wayne. Trump plan is about these young voters that's becoming 18 years old, that is registered to vote, that listen to Lil Wayne. Exactly. And Lil Wayne says, y'all need to go down there and get vote. And that's what they're going to do because they don't study. It's not like I'm not trying to call them all dumb, but those that follow people, Trump is smart enough to know that let me get this popping, and that way those young voters, because there's no need for the old voters anymore. They're not going for me, or they are going for me, whatever. But the young voters are very necessary right now.
I definitely agree. Well, We'll see how what election is coming up tomorrow, so we'll see how everything pans out. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Do you know the comedy culture? Play Comedy Hype, the game. Out now.